so pleased to be here. Before I get started, I have 3 disclaimers. Disclaimer number 1, I have no medical training, and it's not my intent to give you medical advice. I'm going to be talking about God, politics, and enemas. And if any of those subjects offend you, I apologize in advance. And their philosophy is that if you have a condition in your body, a disease of any kind, it cannot be fully cured or healed unless you address the mind and the spirit and your emotions as well. After 7 weeks on this program, I had an x-ray which revealed that the largest tumor, the one that was very close to my heart, was no longer evident, and the second largest tumor was 1/3 of its original size. I had to wait another 12 weeks for a follow-up x-ray, and at that point in time, which was 19 weeks on the program, the x-ray reported absolutely no evidence of cancer. I've had 1 follow-up x-ray since that time, also no evidence of cancer. And one morning I was minding my own business, meditating, when all of a sudden it was as if someone put an earbud in this ear, like you find on an iPod. And a man's voice, very authoritative, not frightening or scary, came through the earbud. And here's what he said. Hey, you, Missy, just because you have stage 4 cancer doesn't mean it's all about you. Too much I, me, me, me. You need to pick yourself up off that bathroom floor. Stop worrying about how many enemas and implants you're doing. Get out there on the lawn and mingle and chit and chat with the other guests who are here. A lot of them are in pain. You don't have any pain. Your healing will take place as a result of your walking on a healing journey with others. You don't need to worry about your healing. It's been escalated up above, so you can relax. But again, too much I, me, me, me. Drop the I. So that was a lot to process. And the next day I'm looking at my name tag. And for 50-some years, my name had been spelled P-E-G-I, Peggy. And I'm looking at the name tag and I thought, drop the I. What would happen if I dropped the I? Peg is still a whole and complete name. Maybe that I was excess-age, time to lose that. And maybe it would be a good reminder that it's not all about me. And at the end of my stay, I had a whopping 158 healthy living practices on my list, many of which I've incorporated into my daily life since. So in addition to that saying, we are what we eat, we are what we think. Remember that your subconscious mind directs every cell in your body, so give it suggestions on how it can heal. Pay attention to your internal dialogue. We cannot control the first thought that pops into our mind, but we can stop that thought by saying, wait a minute, is that true? Is that really true? And then maybe replacing it with another thought. So when the thought popped into my mind, you're going to die, I stopped it, said, cancel, cancel, and then I replaced it with, I'm happier, healthier, and more relaxed than ever before. It was an opportunity to rethink your whole life and transform yourself. Also, be careful of your phraseology. I was cautioned by another missionary not to say, I have cancer. When you say I have cancer, or I have diabetes, or I have arthritis, you're telling yourself that you own it. You've bought it, you paid for it, you own it. Instead, you refer to it in this way. I am presently challenged by cancer, arthritis, diabetes, and so on. You're then giving yourself permission to make it a temporary situation that can be overcome. Our bodies are made up of about 70% water, and we need to hydrate and replenish the water that is lost every day through daily living. But we don't need to just drink any water, we need to drink pure water. You might consider getting a carbon filter like a Brita system. If you want to spend a little bit more money, a reverse osmosis system, or as I do, I buy natural spring water bottled at the source at Trade. What you choose to eat is very personal, and even though because I'm a vegan and I eat raw food, I'm not going to try to be vegangelic to you and convert you. Whole, local, organic, whenever possible. I've given you a list of the Dirty Dozen and the Clean 15. The Dirty Dozen are foods, primarily produce, fruits and vegetables, that you should always buy organic, because something about the way they're grown, or in the example of peaches, the fact that they're all fuzzy on the outside and you can't really get the toxins out. The toxins and the pesticides and the herbicides are inside the fruit or the vegetable. So if you're on a limited budget, make sure that if you're eating foods from the Dirty Dozens list, you always try to buy them organic. The Clean 15 are items of produce that you don't need to be quite so picky about. As long as you are washing your fruits and vegetables with a vegetable wash or something like white vinegar, it's probably fine to eat those conventionally produced fruits and vegetables. The EPA estimates that indoor air is 5 times dirtier than outside air. Where does this come from? It comes from your carpet. It comes from the formaldehyde used in the glue that was used to apply your hardwood floors. It comes from windows. It comes from bedding. It comes from cleaning agents that we use that are toxic and are laden with chemicals. When the weather is good, from say April until November, I sleep on the deck outside. Get acquainted with some of the recipes on the internet for using white vinegar and other things that Grandma did to do some cleaning. They worked very well. Know that the average woman uses 12 personal care products daily, which contain more than 145 chemicals. If you go to the website and plug in the product that you use, it rates it from 0 to 10 in terms of is it safe or is it harmful? And so you'll be able to make good choices after checking that out. As I recovered, I became more conscious. I became acutely aware of what I was eating, what I was drinking, what I was thinking, of all my body processes and all my mind processes. I'd taken these things for granted before. So I hope that this evening I've given you some facts and some information that you can take away with you to become a little bit more conscious about these things. My very best wishes to all of you for good health, and thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share with you.